Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's Screecher. Today I'm going to be talking about the HDzero 1-watt Freestyle V2 VTX. It's not focusing up very well because iPhone. But I've been having a lot of fun making more content with myself in it and just more content in general. So I'm going to talk about this VTX a little bit, the pros, the cons, why I used it for a little while. Maybe you should buy it. I'm not sure, but you'll be able to figure that out in this video. And let's get right into it. Enough of me yapping. First, I just want to give a big shout out to HDzero for supporting me for the past year. They've been really good to me and I have nothing but good things to say about them. There will be some cons to this product, and I was not paid by HDzero and I was not given this VTX. I paid for this with my own money, so this is completely my unfiltered opinion. But I just want to make sure that you guys know that I support HDzero in everything that they do, and they're an amazing company. The pros of this VTX is the price point. There's a lot of video systems out there, and DJI, for example, is a really popular video system, definitely amongst filmers and freestyle pilots. But you're spending $229 on the HDzero unit. This is $100 for the VTX. You really can't beat that for how good it is. So that's the one thing. The price of this is pretty much unmatched, especially if you want to go far. I don't know if you guys saw, but when I was in Arizona for Woodstopia, I filmed this big rock formation in Sedona. And I flew, half a mile away from my home base, and I had a crystal clear video signal the entire time, which is not something that you can do with the standard race VTXs like the V3 or the Whoop Light. So that's the other big thing with this, is that the range is still really good. The next thing is ease of use. This is super easy to set up and super easy to use. You plug it in right there. If your flight controller comes with a plug, you plug it in there too, and it's done. All you have to do now is apply the preset in Betaflight, and you're ready to fly. You don't have to bind it to your goggles, which is great. If you're a DJI pilot, you have to bind your goggles to the VTX itself, which it's not that hard to do, but it's still kind of annoying if you have to do it over and over again if you have a bunch of quads. But that's the other thing. It's easy to set up, it's easy to use, and you're not gonna have a headache when you're setting it up, which is really nice. One last pro of this system is the latency. Of course, HDzero, zero latency pretty much. You get about 2 to 3 milliseconds of latency with this system, which is unparalleled. It's unheard of unless you're on analog, but nobody uses analog anymore. Okay, so let's talk about the cons. Or not necessarily cons, but let's talk about why you might not want to use this. The one thing is actually penetration. The range is really good if you're at a clear line of sight to where you're standing. But I did notice if I'm flying past a bunch of trees, I really struggle with the signal. It does get pretty fuzzy. I do like that the frames don't freeze, and you still have your frames there. You're not like losing data. But that is one thing that does annoy me a little bit, is that if you're flying behind pretty much anything from a decent distance, you're not going to have the best signal. And that's honestly the only thing that I can say bad about this thing. Okay, and final thing is the reason that I'm actually not going to use this system for much longer. For filming purposes and filming purposes only, I am going to be converting my filming rigs to the DJI 3 for the pure reason of it has better penetration. And I'll be honest, HDzero isn't supposed to have penetration. It was designed by racers for racers, and you don't need to be able to go far with a racing system. They just decided, hey, let's make a freestyle VTX for the freestyle guys. And it works really well for those needs. But for film purposes, I need to be able to navigate through a bando or through a racetrack, through trees and whatnot. So that's the only reason that I am going to the O3 for filming only. But for my racing, of course, I am sticking with HDzero probably forever, because they're a great company and they've been nothing but supportive of me. But real quick, let's go to the computer and let's run through the video where I filmed the rock in Sedona, Arizona, and just to show you how good this system can be if you have a clear line of sight with no obstruction.
All right, so here's what I see in the goggles, as well as the GoPro footage from the rock that I filmed. So we're just going to go through this so that I can show you how clear my video was throughout the entire thing. And there's only one time where it got kind of fuzzy, and that was near the end of the shoot. So let's just start here. I'll probably fast forward this a little bit so you guys don't have to wait for me to get all the way over there. Again, this was half a mile away from my home base, which I know isn't super far for some people, but for me it was pretty significant. Yep, so I'm lining up the shot right now. And then this in the video that I did, I actually reversed this footage to make it look like I was flying sideways backwards down the mountain. And I mean, that's really all you guys need to see. I mean, it got kind of fuzzy right there. I don't really know where that was from, but this is still super. I mean, it's totally crystal clear right now. Like, I kind of went behind that rock a little bit, but it still really didn't do much. Get a 1,000. Yep, it got fuzzy right there, but it came right back. 1,000 milliwatts on the VTX, 1,000 milliwatts on the radio is pretty solid. I'm gonna fast forward to the end of the shot because I know it got fuzzy near the end of the shot. Yeah, so this was the money shot right here. This was the eye catcher in the video that I posted. Came in real high and then skimmed the top of the rock. I did speed this up in the actual video I posted, but do the dive, it'll make it look real nice. And then on my way back down, when I get farther down close to the ground, close to the trees, I know the video got kind of fuzzy, so I popped up to get the signal back, but see right there it got kind of fuzzy just because I was trying to go through the trees. That's what I was saying. It doesn't do super good with penetration even through trees, but it really isn't that big of a deal if you just have a clear line of sight with the drone. So, coming into land right here. There's Bosley and his dad there being my spotters in case something bad happened. But yeah, I mean, if that's all that you need to get done, if you don't need to go through any trees or rocks or anything like that, it's a really great system, and I do recommend it to most people who aren't willing to spend that ridiculous price point on the DJI O3. And I do admit that it's a really expensive system, the O3, and honestly, unless you're doing something super ridiculous, insane, I don't see the point in spending that extra couple $100 to get really the same stuff, just with like a little added bit of penetration. That's the only reason I bought it, was for penetration. But yeah, I hope that this helps you get an idea on what you want to do and if you want to buy this or not. I hope it helped. Let me know leave a comment down below. Let me know if you want me to keep making videos like this, and I will see you next time.